Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having an excellent weekend. It is Sunday, which means probably barbecues and getting your life in order, getting ready for your work week, whatever it is that you may be doing on a Sunday afternoon. So I just wanted to pop on here to just kind of talk about some of my advice for those of you that are interested in becoming a makeup artist, and just kind of giving you my ideas and tips on what I would recommend to become successful in the industry. There are so many people that are, every other house someone is saying, oh, I am a makeup artist today. They're waking up and they're saying, that's what I want to do. And I just feel like there's so much competition in the industry when there really shouldn't be, because of course there's always going to be room for makeup artists. But I just wanted to come on here to kind of give you my ideas and my advice if you are really wanting to start this career, and just kind of talk to you about what it takes and how much dedication you have to have in order to be a successful makeup artist. Now, of course, there are makeup artists who just kind of do their thing, who just kind of have a sporadic business, or they're, working full-time at another job, whatever it is that it may be. Now, you guys are aware that I did resign from teaching after 12 years to focus on my makeup artistry full-time, and so I have kind of been really going full force in this business, and I wanted to just come on here and kind of tell you what I've been doing lately to really have a successful business and make a name for myself. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. If you are interested in hearing my ideas and my advice on how to become a makeup artist, then just keep watching. All right, so there's a lot going on in my house today. So I've got like a gardener at the neighbor's house, my daughter's singing, my son's playing games, my husband's on the roof. So I apologize if there's a lot of outside noise, but I'm just gonna work with it because I really want to get a video filmed and up for you guys. So let's just jump into my advice for you becoming a makeup artist. All right, tip number 1 is put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to get on social media and advertise your work. I feel like so many people are so afraid of what others are going to say about, an Instagram that has selfies on it, or a Facebook that just has pictures of your work, or whatever it is, whatever social media outlet that you use, you should just do it. Don't be afraid to post things that are beneficial for your company, or that have to do with your company, or that's related to you becoming a makeup artist. The more you put yourself out there, the more that you tag companies, the more that you tag your makeup brand, the more that you tag yourself in, whatever name you've created for your makeup artistry business or whatnot, or who you are as a makeup artist, the more you're going to be seen. It's really important for current makeup artists to kind of give advice in this category to makeup artists who are kind of up and coming, because there is so much on social media that I feel is negative, and we just need to all support each other. And so if you are afraid to do that because you're going to get negative backlash, you really just have to learn how to have a thick skin and just kind of brush it off. Just keep on doing your thing, keep on working hard, keep on doing what you want to be doing, and ignore everyone who tries to bring you down, because there are people in this industry who will try to bring you down, who will try to laugh at you, try to tell you that your work isn't good enough. But it takes practice, it takes time, it takes learning and growing and being willing to take constructive criticism, and that's what social media is about. So that would be my first tip for you, is to just go out there and say what's on your mind, show what is your work, show your talent, whether it's yourself, or it's someone that you've done, or it's a client of yours, or it's a business card, whatever it is that is relative to this business. I highly recommend taking pictures of it and putting it all over social media. Blast it on social media enough to where there are going to be people that can see you. There are certain websites, or I think on Facebook particularly, where you can boost a post if you have like a business, or if you have like a makeup site. I have a makeup Facebook where it is just specifically to my brand, to my work, and it's Makeup by Roxanne on Facebook. And so oftentimes I will put boosted posts on there where I will pay for my pictures, or for a post that I have on this particular Facebook, for it to be seen by more people. So there was a post on there that I did a couple weeks ago that reached 3,000 people. and it was all over the world. You know, you get to pick like where you want to reach, you get to pick the category, whatever it is that it may be, whatever you want for that post. And I boosted it to reach a ton of people, and that really opened up a lot of doors for me. So using things like that, kind of going along with social media, I highly recommend as part of becoming a makeup artist. So that would be my first tip. My second tip is to take any job that you can get. Now, money is money, right? But also the recognition and kind of the way to get your name out there is by taking any and every makeup job that you're offered. So this weekend, I worked a convention at the Salt Palace for a company, for a brand called Young Living. They are all about clean, organic living for everything from top to bottom, from house cleaning supplies to makeup that you put on your face. And so I was subcontracted by a company to work this event and do mini makeovers on women who were pretty high up in this company. And that really opened up a lot of doors to me, for me. I was able to pass out a ton of business cards. I was able to talk to people about the Young Living company and the Young Living brand. I was able to tell them my story and kind of get my name out there. I was offered so many different opportunities just by working this convention, from traveling to Canada to working with the magazine or being an assistant to a makeup artist on a TV show. There are so many opportunities that are out there for makeup artists if you just take the little jobs. And by little jobs, I mean, you know, the ones that pay a couple $100 for a couple days. That's money that you can invest back in your kit. It's money that you can put in your bank account and build off of. So that's what I did. I normally take any job that I can get, any job that I'm offered. Next weekend, I will also be working another event where I'm going to be working for a makeup company, Pro agency, that are opening little shops all over the world. There's one this weekend in Utah. There's one this weekend coming up. So next weekend, I guess. Next weekend coming up in Utah. Then the week after that, there's one in New York. And just working little jobs like that, because even though you're using their products and you're using their brushes and you're using their brand, by you being there, you can advertise yourself and you can advertise your business, as long as it's not a conflict of interest. I made sure to ask the company if it was okay to advertise myself, and they were totally fine with it. Next weekend, I asked the same question and they were totally fine with it. So as long as you ask the company you're working for or that you're being contracted from that it's okay to bring your business cards and advertise yourself, if that's okay for you to do, then by all means do it. I highly recommend working any job that you can get for that reason. It opens up a ton of doors, it gives you a ton of opportunities, and plus it's money that you can put back into your kit or money you can put into your bank account and build off of. So that kind of leads me into tip number 3, where you should be creating business cards, you should be creating websites, you should be creating anything and everything you can, to where if you are walking around town and someone says, hey, I love your makeup, or hey, I love this about you, or hey, I love this about you, you should be able to pull a business card out of your purse and say, oh, really? Well, here's my business card. If you're ever in need of a makeup artist, you're ever in need of whatever you do, then you can have that opportunity. So I had my business cards made from Vistaprint, and I have a 20% off coupon code for you guys that I will put down in the description bar if you are interested in making a business card. But this is my business card, and I literally just kind of put together a text. I put a picture of myself, and then on the back I have all of my contact information. I created a business card because I knew that I would have an opportunity to get them out. I knew that I would be somewhere where someone would want a business card, or someone would say they like my makeup, and that was an opportunity for me to pull out my business card and say, oh really? Well, here, this is for you. Let me know if you ever need anything or any, makeup done or whatever. I handed one out at a restaurant last night when we went to eat, where the waitress complimented, or the server complimented my makeup. I went today to the 7-Eleven by my house, asked the manager, hey, can I leave these here and people can take them if they want to? And he said, yeah, of course. And I set them on the counter. So anything like that that's going to open up your business, I highly suggest you guys taking advantage of. And that's what I did. I created my business cards to open up doors, leave at companies who, I knew that they would allow me to leave them. So like the 7-Eleven by my house, I've known the owner for many, many years, and he was more than willing to advertise my company. And I literally just take my business cards and hand them out to anybody. Now, granted, when you're a makeup artist, you are essentially a walking business card. So my recommendation for that and for kind of advertising your business kind of goes into tip number 4. So 3 and 4 are a little bit mixed, but you essentially are a walking business card. Now, that doesn't mean you always need to have like your face done, your hair done, whatever it is. But when you are out and when you are kind of out and about doing your thing, I do recommend looking like you are a makeup artist. If it is your job, if it is your livelihood, if it's how you pay your bills and put food on your table, then I do recommend looking like a makeup artist. So that's kind of going into tip number 3, but a little bit of tip number 4, because spreading your brand, spreading your word, you should look like you do this professionally. So even if I'm just going to the mall to pick up something, I always try to have something on my face or have some kind of makeup that represents my brand and represents kind of who I am, so that people, when they do compliment me, it's because I look like a makeup artist, and I just, you know, have that door kind of open that way as well. So that's my other tip for you. Tip number 5 would be to not be afraid to recommend yourself for jobs that you may not normally work. So it kind of goes in with taking jobs, you know, wherever you can. But if you know that there's a Halloween party that your friend is throwing, you could easily say, hey, so I'm a makeup artist. If anyone's interested that you know of that you're inviting, if anyone's interested in Halloween makeup, have them call me, have them get connected with me. I'll do their makeup, whatever. Even the smallest job will open a big door. So number 5 is kind of small, but I did just want to put that in here as I was remembering it. So my tip number 6 would be to get yourself into any class that you can. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to go to makeup school and get a certificate like I did by any means. I do feel more confident that I went to makeup school because I can say, oh, I am a pro MUA. I do have a certificate. I do have a talent behind it. I do have knowledge behind it. I feel more confident in that. But my idea behind this is, if you take any masterclass, special effects, you know, film, editorial, whatever it is, even if it's one class, it is going to give you way more knowledge than you have by not taking those classes. Now, I know a lot of makeup artists are self-taught, and that is fantastic. That is wonderful. I think that there's something to be said for makeup artists who are self-taught, but there's also something to be said for the knowledge that you can gain by taking a class. So any class that you can take, any class you can sign up for, any class that you know of, I recommend taking it. Now, that doesn't mean you have to spend thousands of dollars on, you know, any classes, but I do recommend going out there and trying to get into any class that you can to advance your craft, to advance who you are, to just kind of give yourself a little more knowledge, and therefore, you know, in turn, you can tell your clients, hey, I did go to this class, I do have this as a specialty, blah, 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 whatever it may be. So taking a class is by far one of my biggest recommendations that I could tell up and coming makeup artists. So tip number 7, you don't have to fill your kit right away. There's always going to be someone who wants something else. There's always going to be someone who wants higher end. There's always going to be someone who wants this or that or the other. So building your kit slow rather than fast and just getting a bunch of crappy products is what I recommend. You know, there's always going to be the need to want more, right? But building your kit honestly is really important. So whether or not you want to take half of what you make from a makeup job and reinvest into your kit, that's what I would recommend. Now, you don't need to spend everything that you make from a job into your kit unless you want to. By all means, please do. But what I normally do is I normally take half of what I make. I go out and I really put forth the effort and think about what I want to incorporate back into my kit. So I will buy more foundation colors. I will buy more eyeliner colors. I'll buy more lip liner colors, concealer, whatever it is that I feel is going to be beneficial for me. I will take some of the money that I make and I will reinvest it back into my kit. So that would be my next tip, is just slowly building your kit, but building it authentically and honestly, and doing it in a way that's going to be beneficial for you and not beneficial for anybody else. There's always going to be someone else who wants something else, and just stressing about that is not going to get you anywhere, and worrying about that is not going to get you anywhere. So just building your kit, you know, as purely as possible is a great recommendation that I kind of always tell my makeup artists as well. So there you go. Tip number 8 would be to try and work in a makeup counter. Now, not everyone would recommend this just because not everyone is a salesperson, but I feel like working at a makeup counter is so beneficial, not only for the product knowledge that you get, but you also get gratis. So if you work at a makeup company like Sephora or MAC or any department store that sells makeup, you're going to get what's called gratis. And that means that you're going to get free product because you're learning about the product, whatever it may be, skincare or makeup or whatever it is. You're going to get some of those products to use and to review and to kind of have in your arsenal. And so that's a great option for you to be able to fill your kit. And also it gives you a steady paycheck, because not all the time as a makeup artist, unless you're like a huge name, do you have the opportunity to have a steady paycheck. And so what I did was I went out and I got hired at Nordstrom, and I'm only going to be working there part-time. So I'm just going to be working there in the mornings, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday. So by working at Nordstrom, I am going to open up a lot of doors for me, whether it's by product knowledge or by meeting people that come in for products or that come in for mini makeovers. And I really appreciate that fact of being a makeup artist, that I'm going to be able to meet many different kinds of people. And something that's really great about Nordstrom is that it's not a conflict of interest for you to advertise yourself. So the fact that I got hired by a company who is really invested in having their artists grow as a person and as a brand, that's kind of something I was looking for. So when I got hired from Nordstrom, I made sure to ask if there is a client or if there is a person who comes in looking for a makeup artist, can I advertise myself? Can I hand out my business cards? Can I tell them, hey, come back and I'll do your makeup, whatever it is, I'll say da-da-da-da. And they said as long as you are willing to sell their product, there's no conflict of interest. So I do recommend going and finding a job that you are comfortable with. Now, if you're not a salesperson, then this tip isn't for you. But if you feel like you're a people person, you can sell things, you can, kind of be included in that lifestyle, then I do recommend finding a job that you love, that's a counter job, that you can really kind of learn both product knowledge, you can meet people, you can meet other artists, and really just kind of further your career essentially. And that's one thing that I wanted to do. And when I got hired at Nordstrom, I was really excited because I knew that it was going to open up the doors that I wanted it to open up, because every makeup artist has a different idea on where they want to take their business. And that was one of mine, where I knew that if I worked at a department store, or knew that if I worked at a counter, it would open up a lot of different doors. So that would be another piece of advice that I would highly recommend for people who are in this industry who are looking for an open door. So there we go. So tip number 9, you guys, would be to take risks. I would say that don't be afraid to, if you really have an idea that you feel is going to work, whether it's for a photo shoot or a TV show or just a client in general, don't be afraid to speak your mind on that. Make sure that you're respectful about it. Make sure that you are, kind and you're honest with why you feel like this risk is going to pay off. Then do it. Do what you need to do in order to make a name for yourself. Now, in that same breath, if the risk doesn't pay off, you also have to be willing to own up to it. And you also have to be willing to take accountability for that risk not paying off, and just say, hey, you know what? I thought it was going to. I thought it was a really great idea. On to the next. So number 9 would be, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, to take risks in this industry, because that's how you're really going to get ahead, and that's how people are going to see you, and that's how they're going to know that you're confident in your work. Finally, number 10, I would say, is don't speak poorly about another artist. If there's another artist who you're not particularly fond of, you don't get, along with a whole lot, don't speak poorly about that person. That's one thing that I feel really ruins and really kind of breaks the career of a makeup artist, is just being disrespectful about other people in the industry. So make sure, if you are going places and you really want to put forth the effort into being successful, don't speak poorly, necessarily about anyone, a client or whatever it may be, but specifically someone else in your industry. That is like the nail in your coffin, you guys. If I could take away one thing from this video, it's that you don't want to speak badly about anybody that is involved in your life or is involved in this industry, or a client that you have done, because people are going to see that, and that's the kind of reputation that you want to get, or that you're going to get. And you want to have a positive reputation. You don't want to have a reputation of being someone that's nitpicky, or someone that's being negative, or someone that's just disrespectful and speaks poorly about other people. So my number 10 would be, just don't do it. Don't speak poorly. Don't act like you're better than anyone. Don't compete with anyone. Be you and be confident in who you are. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Those are my 10 tips for anyone who wants to become a makeup artist or someone who wants to be successful in the industry. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really do just want to kind of incorporate as much of this makeup artistry business as I can, as I am, on this journey with you guys. I am progressing, I am growing, I am becoming who I want to be as far as this part of my life, and I want to take you guys along with me. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. And again, if you have not already subscribed, Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. You guys are why I'm here. I love what I do. This has been an incredible journey, and I'm only looking forward to what else it brings. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Remember, don't ever let anybody tell you that you have to be something that you don't want to be. Mwah. I'll see y'all soon. Take care.